आई थिंक हमारी जो जर्नी है, it really starts in when we are in our back, in our country, in our home country. वहाँ से आपकी जर्नी स्टार्ट होती है
जी
मूव होने की।
या
और जो चीज़ें हम यहाँ पे आके रियलाइज करते हैं वो वहाँ बैठ के रियलाइज करनी चाहिए पहले।
जी
और आई अंडरस्टैंड मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स वी कैन नॉट check, and once you are in the country then only you can know about them.
True.
लेकिन काफ़ी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो हम आराम से देख सकते हैं वहाँ बैठ के, या लोग कहते भी हैं हमें वो चीज़ें बट वी इग्नोर देम। क्या आपको लगता है ऐसी कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो आपको इंडिया बैठ के पहले देखनी चाहिए, और you should analyze them before taking a step to move abroad?
I think there are various ways you can answer this question, to be very honest. Like if you ask me, I was grown, I grew up on a diet of like Hollywood movies, for example, right? Like the first movie I actually remember, or first two movies that I remember was like Lion King and Home Alone, right? And तभी से ऐसा था कि हाँ यार, West is something, beautiful. I need to go to the US and settle in the US. I need that kind of lifestyle. कितना अच्छा है सब कुछ. And that sort of started my own thought process about how and what the West is, right? So you have to watch, like how else can you do, right? Like nowadays you have other resources also you can connect with.
Vlogs.
You can connect with people via YouTube's vlogs and whatnot. At that time it was more about movies. So movies helped a lot in defining what kind of a culture we have in West, or even shows like Friends and whatnot. Those things help to understand what potentially the West is all about. यहाँ पे फैमिलीज को भी कितना, यहाँ पे फैमिली को कितना इम्पोर्टेंस दिया जाता है, अपनी इंडिविजुअलिटी को कितना इम्पोर्टेंस दिया जाता है, एक लड़का और लड़की के बीच की जो इक्वालिटी है उसको कितना इम्पोर्टेंस दिया जाता है. ऑल दी सेंसिटिविटीज यू गेट फ्रॉम दोज मूवीज. तो पहले तो आप मूवीज देखना चालू करो हॉलीवुड. लाइक दैट्स द इजीएस्ट अप्रोच टू हेल्प यू एसिमुलेट टू अ फॉरेन कल्चर, राइट? It will also help you in the language. And on top of that, then comes the real stuff that you have to figure out. कि आप किसी कंट्री में जा रहे हो, आप कहाँ रहोगे, और वहाँ जा रहने हैं उसका खर्चा कितना है. आप कोई कोर्स अगर लेके आ रहे हो तो वो कोर्स सच्ची में डिमांड में है या नहीं. आप जो एग्जिस्टिंग स्टूडेंट्स है उस कॉलेज के, उससे बात करो कि यार ये कॉलेज भी अच्छा है कि नहीं. लिंक्डइन वगैरह है, देयर इज सो मच इन्फॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल.
आपको ये नहीं लग रहा कि कोर्स या फिर कॉलेज तो एक सिर्फ तरीका है कनाडा आने का, या यूएस जाने का, या ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाने का? मेन पर्पस एजुकेशन है ही नहीं.
That's the unfortunate reality of what the situation is, at least in Canada, right?
And I was seeing this post on Instagram recently. It said, extend your stay in Canada, take admission in this college. And that's like harsh reality of what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, if you're अगर आप एजुकेशन में इंटरेस्टेड हो ना, these things should be second criteria कि हाँ ठीक है, ओके PR हो जाएगा या सर हो जाएंगे and all that. If your focus is pure and pure education, then your starting point would be like which college is good, what is the ranking of that university or college, or what is the criteria, or what is the course material that is being taught, what type of professors, what type of alumni that college has sent out. So if you ask me, like when I was exploring to study abroad, this is 2013, 14 and whatnot, I did all of that. And even that we had these kind of resources. We didn't have like YouTube as much widely used, but we had all these websites and like LinkedIn and all. Like we had some avenues that you can find all this information. And I realized that US is not the good option for me at that point, like 2014 के आसपास ही मैंने बोला कि नहीं, US, मेरे को US जाने का ही थ्रिल था, because I am a technology person. तो for technology I feel US is the best country any which way. But then I realized कि उसका जो immigration process और जो उसका पूरा anxiety ridden जो पूरा process है ना, वो मेरे लिए नहीं था. और ऊपर से जो cost था, I was not ready for it. So I decided I will not go. But that didn't mean कि बस मैं वो नहीं जा पाया तो उसको लेके बस रोने लग गया और उदास हो गया and all that. I decided to continue my work in India, काम करता रहा और अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली कनाडा का, तो आई अप्लाइड माई PR एंड केम हियर। तो लाइक आप केयरफुली आप अपना बोलते ना हर स्टेप थोड़ा प्लान कर सकते हो, ठीक है, थोड़ा बहुत आपको भगवान के ऊपर छोड़ना चाहिए, बट आप प्लानिंग हर स्टेप पे कर सकते हो कि कैसे आप फॉरेन लैंड में जाके सक्सेसफुल हो सकते हो, be it how you will assimilate with the culture or be it what education you will take. But the end goal should also be, but the end goal should only be, are you going to be better tomorrow than you are today? If that's not the end goal, if you are just doing because किसी एजेंट ने बोल दिया भाई वहाँ पहुँच जा, कुछ ना कुछ तो हो ही जाएगा, then you are setting up yourself for potential failure.
पर क्या हर एजेंट ये नहीं बोल रहा है इंडिया में कि एक बार आप पहुंच जाओ फिर तो सब सेट है?
That's what I keep on hearing, right? At least in my case, I never could take my career, or at least in my case, I never could put my career in hand of somebody else, right? Because the reality was, if you're going to any agent, like, come on, it's a business, right? They're not interested or vetted per se in your career, right? They are interested in their business, in running their business or doing their jobs, right? And they have like so many candidates that they are potentially working with. So you have to be responsible for your own career. You take help of agents, but you don't rely on them blindly and be like, agent ने बोल दिया तो हो जाएगा मेरा। एजेंट तो यार कोई जनरिक डायलॉग मार देगा, उसको क्या है, उसको आपकी फीस मिल गई, उसका काम हो गया। For him, the job is done. Whether you land Canada or not, for him the job is done because you paid him the money. So you have to double check. And Canada ऐसी कंट्री है जहाँ पे you can verify the whole process after education, what will be your PR possibility, what kind of points you will get after working and what not. So ये process बहुत defined है.